Miss Kate. It's noontime, supper's coming, and I ain't got those breakfast dishes out of there yet.
You come along now, Martha.
I can't wait out here a minute longer, Kate. This could go on all afternoon, too.
I'll tell the captain you called.
You hear what Miss Kate's saying? Never you mind what's going on here. You just run along and tend to your business. Now shoot.
Say what you like, Kate, but that child is a Keller. I needn't remind you that all the Kellers were cousins to General Robert E. Lee. I don't know who that girl is. Only Sullivan I've heard of, from Boston, too. And I think twice before locking her up with that kind. Is that man, Juvenile?
You give me her, Miss Kate, and I'll sneak her in back to her crib.
This child never gives me a minute's word.
Oh, yes, this one's the angel of the family. No question about that.
She ate with the spoon, herself. Then she folded her napkin.
Folded her napkin?
The room's a wreck, but her napkin is folded. I'll be in my rooms.
Don't be long, Miss Annie. Dinner'll be ready right away.
Can nothing be done to disinter this human soul? The whole neighborhood would rush to save this woman if she were buried alive by the caving in of a pit, and labor with zeal until she were dug out. Now, if there were one who had as much patience as zeal, he might awaken her to a consciousness of her immortal...
Annie? Annie, you there? Annie, what's that noise?
Just a cot, Jimmy.
Where are they pushing it?
To the dead house.
Annie, has it hurt to be dead?
There's schools. There's schools where they teach blind ones worse than you. To read and write. There's schools outside, Viney. There's schools.
You ain't going to school, are you, Annie?
I'm going to school when I grow up.
You ain't either, Annie. You're going to stay here and take care of me.
I'm going to school when I grow up.
You said we'd be together forever and ever and ever.
I'm going to school when I grow up.
Little girl, I must tell you, your brother will be going on a long journey soon.
Annie!
Hi, Annie. Write me when you learn. Don't tell anyone you came from here. Don't tell anyone when you came from here.
Annie, it hurts to be dead forever.
Might awaken her into a consciousness of her immortal nature. The chance is small indeed, but with a smaller chance they would have dug desperately for her in the pit. And is this the life of the soul of less import than that of the body?
Now, Kate, I will not have it. You did not see tonight when after supper that girl went to look for Helen in her room.
No.
The child practically climbed out of a window to escape from her. What kind of teacher is she? I thought I saw her at her worst this morning shouting at me. But I come home to find the entire house disorganized by her. Helen won't stay 1 second in the same room with her, won't sit at the same table with her, won't let herself be bathed or undressed or put to bed by her, or even by Viney now. The end result is that you are doing more for the child than before we hired this girl's services. Oh, right from the beginning, since she stepped off of the train, she's been nothing but a burden. Incompetent, ineffectual, impertinent, immodest.
She folded her napkin, Captain.
What?
Not ineffectual. Helen did fold her napkin.
What in good heaven's name is so extraordinary about folding a napkin?
Oh, well, it's more than you did, Captain.
Katie, I did not bring you all the way down here to the garden house to be frivolous. Now, how does Miss Sullivan propose to teach a deaf, blind pupil who won't even let her touch her?
I don't know.
In fact, she scuttled any chance she had of getting along with the child today. Now, if you could see any point or purpose in her staying on, it's more than I can.
What do you wish me to do?
I want you to give her notice.
I can't.
Well, if you won't, then I must or simply cannot have her around. It's no influence to have it. Miss Sullivan. Yes, come in.
Viney said I'd find you both over here in the garden house. I thought we should have a talk.
Katie.
Captain.
Yes, Miss Sullivan, I decided to make my position clear to Mrs. Keller in private first. I have decided that I am dissatisfied. In fact, I am deeply dissatisfied in the manner in which you have...
Excuse me. Is this garden house ever in use?
During the hunting season. Would you kindly give me your attention, Miss Sullivan? Now, I have tried to make allowances for you because you come from a part of the country where people are women. That is to say, are people who allowances must be made. I find it very difficult to talk through those glasses, Miss Sullivan. And why do you wear them? The sun's been down for an hour.
Any kind of light hurts my eyes.
Put them on, Miss Sullivan. I have decided to give you another chance.
To do what?
To remain in our employ, but under two conditions. I'm not used to rudeness in servants or women. That is the first. If you are to remain, there must be a radical change of manner.
Whose?
Yours, young lady, isn't it obvious? And the second is you must persuade me that there's the slightest hope of you teaching a deaf-blind pupil who runs from you like the plague to any other person in the room.
There isn't.
What, Miss Annie?
I can't teach a child who runs away from me.
Well, then, do I understand you to propose?
Well, if we all agree it's hopeless, the next question
Miss
is what we
Annie,
should...
I am not agreeing. I think perhaps you underestimate Helen.
I think everyone else here does.
She did fold her napkin. She learns? She learns? Why, do you know she began talking when she was 6 months old? She could say water. Not really. Wow. Wow. But she meant water, and she knew what it meant. And only 6 months old. I never saw a child so bright or outgoing. It's still in her somewhere, isn't it? You should have seen her before her illness. Such a good-tempered child.
She's changed.
Miss Annie, put up with it. And with us.
With us?
Please. Like the lost lamb in the parable. I love her all the more.
Mrs. Keller, I don't think Helen's greatest handicap is deafness or blindness. I think it's your love and pity.
Now, what does that mean?
All of you here are so sorry for her, you've kept her like a pet. Why, even a dog you housebreak. No wonder she won't let me come near her. It's useless for me to try to teach her language or anything else here. I might as well just...
Miss Annie, before you came, we spoke of putting her in an asylum.
What kind of asylum?
For mental defectives.
I visited there. I can't tell you what I saw. People like animals with rats in the house. What else are we to do if you give up?
Give up?
You said it was hopeless.
Here, give up? Why, only today I saw what has to be done to begin. I want complete charge of her.
You already have, and it's resulted...
No, I mean day and night. She has to be dependent on me.
For what?
Everything. The food she eats, the clothes she wears, the fresh air. Yes, the air she breathes. Whatever her body needs is a primer to teach her out of. The one who should give it to her should be her teacher, not anyone who loves her. You have so many feelings they fall all over each other like feet. You won't use your chances and you won't let me.
But if she runs from you to us...
Yes, that's the question. I'll have to live with her somewhere else. So she learns to depend on and listen to me.
For how long?
As long as it takes. I've packed half my things already.
Miss Sullivan,
Captain Keller, it meets with both your conditions. It's the one way I can get back in touch with Helen. And I don't see how I can be rude to you again if you're not around to interfere with me.
And what is your intention if I say no, to back the other half and abandon your charge to
the asylum? I grew up in such an asylum. The state almshouse. Rats? Why, my brother Jimmy and I used to play with rats because we didn't have any toys to play with. Perhaps you'd like to know what Helen will find there not on visiting days. One ward was full of the older women, crippled, blind, most of them dying. But even if what they had was catchy, there was nowhere else to put them. That's where they put us. There were younger ones across the hall, prostitutes mostly, with TB and epileptic fits. And a couple of them kind of crept after other girls, especially young ones. Some insane, some just had the DTs. The youngest were in another ward to have babies they didn't want. They started at 13, 14, they'd leave afterwards. But babies stayed and we played with them too. Although a lot of them had sores all over from diseases you're not supposed to talk about. But not many of them lived. The first year there were 80, 70 died. The room Jimmy and I played in was a dead house, where they kept the bodies till they could dig the graves. No, it made me strong. But I don't think you need to send Helen there. She's strong enough already. No, I have no conditions, Captain Keller.
Sally.
Yes.
Where would you take Helen?
Italy?
What?
Can't have everything. How would this garden house do? Furnish it. Bring Helen here after a long ride. And you could visit her every day if she doesn't know you're there.
Is that all?
That's all.
With your permission, Captain.
Why must she depend upon you for the food she eats?
I want control of it.
Why?
It's a way to reach her.
Do you intend to starve her into letting you touch her?
She won't starve. She'll learn. All's fair in love and war, Captain Keller. You never cut supplies?
This is hardly a war.
Well, it's not love. A siege is a siege.
Do you like the child, Miss Sullivan?
Do you?
You could have a servant here to run an errand.
Oh, I'll have enough work without looking after a servant. But that girl, Winnie, could sleep here, perhaps run
You
errands.
let Winnie sleep here.
And some furniture, all our own.
Captain, do you think that walnut bedstead in the barn was...
I have not yet consented to Winnie, or to the house, or to the proposal, or to Miss Sullivan staying on here, or to... Very well. I consent to everything. For 2 weeks. I give you 2 weeks in this place with her, and it'll be a miracle if you get her to tolerate you.
2 weeks? Miss Annie, can you accomplish anything in 2 weeks?
Anything or not, in 2 weeks the child comes back to us. Make up your mind, Miss Sullivan. Yes or no?
2 weeks. For only one miracle. I'll get her to tolerate me.
You can't think as little of love as you said, or you wouldn't stay.
I didn't come for love, Mrs. Keller. I came for money.
What?
A. The first of many. 26.